Hello YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. This video is gonna be short. It's not generally gonna be something I usually do, but it's to point out something or address something that gets on my nerves every single time I hear it. Now this of course is for disclaimer Left 4 Dead, which of course came out on the 360 and on the PC. As you can perfectly see, Left 4 Dead. However, though, the game came with a standard 4 stages. These 4 stages, of course, varied to an hour worth of gameplay if you were, a casual gamer, up to 30 minutes roughly to get through all the campaigns. If you know everything right, you know how to kill the zombies quickly, and generally get through this. A lot of people don't complain about the game, though, saying the game was way too short, there was no storyline, and there was no concept to it. Now, all these people who play Counter-Strike Source know the Source engine quite well. Are about, let's see, about some of the fanboys who jumped on board when this game got announced about roughly 5 or 6 years ago, or about 3 years ago, depending on the time frame of the release date. Myself, of course, I was not on that bandwagon. I didn't truly know that much about the game. I just saw it in the Xbox Live Arcade demo. I tried it out, and I was hooked to it like a crack on an icicle. The game is basically like this. It's a first-person shooter. You shoot zombies in a gauntlet-like style. You want to think of it that way. Gauntlet didn't really have a storyline either, but that game was a popularly insane, fun game. Very simplistic, you switch your weapons out. You have a rifle upgraded. You have a shotgun, combat shotgun, an automatic rifle, that type of stuff. Generally very simplistic, standard, realistic weapons. No lasers popping out of their assholes, no guns shooting out of their assholes. Just simple, straight up, realistic fun. Up to the extent of zombies coming out trying to kill your ass. But, that's just generally the game itself. The difficulty in the game, is very standard. So, can't fault the game for being too easy or too hard, depending on your skill. Now, this is the thing that gripes me up most about this game is that a lot of people judge the game for its release. This game has been developed for a somewhat long time. It's been a baby from Source Engine. It's been created by Source Engine, and it's like, for fuck's sakes, people judge the game's, release thinking that there's going to be, why isn't there more content that there already is? When I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, you people are, this insults me and everyone else who actually likes the game. I mean, I can appreciate, people loving the game at first and saying it got boring. I can understand that. I would expect more coming out soon too. That's why I'm patient. I'm waiting. I'm playing it time and time again. But you know what? It doesn't mean the game is bad. That's what they say and confirmed too, which I'm not upset about at all. It's commonly practiced. But the thing that annoys me the most is they're thinking that's the only. Some people who don't have no clue what the hell Valve's about, no clue what the hell the Source engine is about, are the ones complaining. They're the ones that bought it for the PC. Now they of course though don't know too much about the PC one versus the 360 one. Here's an educational lesson for you free of freaking charge. The PC version will of course be released with mods, various glorious mods. I'm not being a fanboy saying that, I'm just being dead up serious. Glorious mods, because the people who are doing most of these mods are doing this out of their spare freaking time, who have jobs versus me, who have, lives versus me or you. And, I'm not trying to be a jerk about all this, but I'm just saying you need to look at this way. I'm not forcing it on you, but I'm just pointing it out to you rather. The game is something you can customize, you can build it, you can craft it, you can shape it, just like a Gary's mod. If you ever play Gary's mod, think of it that way. You can build whatever the hell you want for the game with the parts and pieces you get. Sort of like a Legos box. This game, of course, when I first played it, was fun, getting through every little scenario. But of course, each scenario had its own little storyline. Plane crashes, you got to find the ship, the plane, the boat, that type of stuff. General concepts, very simplistic, right? This there's no real story need to be involved if you shoot a lot of freaking zombies coming at you at once trying to kill you. You know, I don't need a zombie stopping talking to me like, "Hi, my name was once Billy Agman. I'm a human once." You know, there's no such thing in that when the freaking zombies are trying to kill you. No one cares about a storyline when zombies are trying to kill you. It's just a freaking game, for Christ's sakes, with zombies. I didn't expect Gauntlet to tell me too much of a storyline, and you still had fun with that game in the arcades or the NES or the Genesis and the various other platforms released with that. You know, it's like you people got to realize this game came out on October 18th, 08. It is now 209. I'm sorry, 22709, and it's like that's about roughly 4 months time versus any other game who gets mods now. You know, like stuff for Halo and all that stuff got like mods later on. You know, people were still patient, people were still waiting. Yeah, but those have more concept. Well, you don't understand. Then you don't understand this, right? With Bungie, they have this a crap load of freaking legions of monsters. I call them legions of zombies, if you will. These guys work their buns off, you know, and produce this game like a factory work well-oiled machine. They produce this crap and release it for you to play. However, though, Halo 3 does have a lot of freaking bugs, but I'm not going to get into that one. I'll save the fanboys a cry and a whine. Above all else, though, this game, though, with Left 4 Dead, it has very, very, very good potential. It has it's backed up by Source Engine. If you know what Gary's mod is, then you know what you can do with that, right? If you can get that in your head, then you know what this game's going to be about in the future. If you look this up on, what is it, L4D 411, whatnot, or if you even Google search Left 4 Dead or LFD, not L4D space mods in Google or whatever search engine you use, you're going to find a crap load of websites dedicated to mods, skins, sprays, etc., etc. And you're going to see a lot of content there so far. You know, this is all generally fan-based material. Yes, Valve's going to make more content for the game. They're going to add more campaigns, more rifles, more items, free of charge for the PC users. I believe so far the Valve's going to do free as well so far for the extra items for the Xbox 360 copy. So other than that, you guys need to give the game a little bit more slack and leeway with what you guys are shooting down his throat so far. If you beat the game that quickly, then you guys really need to go outside, crack your back, you know, stretch out your legs, and, you know, just kick back, chill with some friends, wait for a little while, come back, sit down in front of the TV or, you know, when your casual time's ready, and look at the game again. And I'll point these examples at you again. The game just came out 4 months ago, alright? 4 months ago. The game's based like a first-person shooter meets survival horror meets Gauntlet, generally. Got items you pick up to recover your health, just like Gauntlet. Scenarios are very, you know, obviously very simplistic, you know, nothing really too detailed about it. It's straightforward. You shoot a lot of zombies, you maneuver around a lot of zombies, you get away from the witch, or you kill the witch for the headshot achievement, whatever you prefer. And, you know, you generally deal with scenarios, these big ambushes of zombies and legions of zombies. That's generally the game, you know. Obviously, if you expect more out of this game, I'm sorry if you don't think it's here. You know, I'm not going to push you down the flight of stairs because of that. However, though, to say the game is lacking content, that's really what I'm here about. And I'm here to like really point out some stuff to you too. It's like, look this stuff up before you say stuff. You know, ooh, there's not enough crap on this. I can't believe I bought this crap. Don't say that. You gotta look at it like this. You gotta look up stuff for it. Mods. Oh, I wouldn't install mods. I should have pre-came with this thing. What? Okay, so Valve's gonna release a new thing of Zoe. Totally. No, they're not. Never gonna do that. You know, this content that's coming out for this is expected to be very cool. You know, we're gonna have a Resident Evil 2 mod. There's gonna be a Resident Evil 3 mod, Resident Evil 4, I believe I heard. You know, all these cool mods coming out. So, again, don't take this as a hostile attack towards anyone who thinks the game's gonna be worth shit in the future. Just give the game a chance and relook it over again. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, this game's supported by Source Engine, so it's like you should expect more from it in the future. But for now, the game just came out, so give it more slack and think about it more clearly, more than a blunt first-person shooter expecting too much out of something that just came out and it's supposed to be open source anyway. Anywho, take it easy.